Ah, 2018. We've reached the end of you. What a year. Flossing reached heights of popularity that dentists around the world have been longing for, only to shock and confuse the dental community when they found out it wasn't that kind of flossing. To the chagrin of the entire health community and all rational thinking people, Tide Pods were put in people's mouths. The In My Feelings challenge swept the world, and we all had a lot of love for Kiki. Of course, the devastation we all felt was palpable when we found out how Jack died on This Is Us and sobbed our way to sleep for nights. And then of course there was just the usual stuff. The excitement over the royal wedding, the Winter Olympics, which feels like it was 4 years ago, even though it was only 12 months ago. 11 months ago, okay, accurate guy correcting me because it was in February and that wasn't 12 months ago. I don't even remember. I just know the curling, it's coming. I started a YouTube channel in 2018 and here we are together. And man, I got plans. 2019, it's gonna be the year of YouTube. I'm predicting it. Oh, and who could forget? Will Smith, he jumped out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. So yeah, it's been a big year. And of course, I Declare War book released, which is pretty much like the biggest thing that happened in my life in the year, outside of just the usual stuff like facial hair that appeared. I actually accidentally had it almost shaved off because a barber who was just supposed to trim it lulled me into a trance, and then he hacked the thing to pieces, and I woke up horrified to find that 3 months worth of facial foliage was removed from me and I had to regrow. So I've grown 2 beards this year, and this thing's not going away till Easter. I've made a solemn oath, but after Easter, we'll see. But yeah, other than that, there's been, just the normal highs and lows of life. And we thought, as we end this year, we put together a little look back at some of the preaching moments, maybe mistakes made, outlandish stage props, whatever it is. I don't even actually know what they've put together, but this is a little kind of look back at preaching moments from Fresh Life at 2018. Hope you enjoy.
Crazy thing about it is so much energy is absorbed by overcoming the inertia when something has a greater mass that there's actually very little pain, if any pain, that will go through this because so much of the force is absorbed by the disrupting of the inertia that almost no force, I couldn't feel that at all. If we would just realize the power of ongoing consistency. I know, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I wasn't even high. I mean, it was just, I was having a totally high moment, just thinking about there's no real color, it's just this light. We've all been lied. There is no spoon. Hey! The reason that didn't burn me is because the fire couldn't touch me, because they were coated in the water that absorbed the heat. And I love so much that we get a picture of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. How are they loose walking in the fire? Because of the one who was walking with them. It's not really about what happens to you. It's more about what you filter it through. It's not about what we face, because yeah, there's bad stuff in it, but there was always good water there. There was just good with the bad. So we need something that can filter it and tell us, even in the bad, there's something good. I'm gonna bring it out. Able to convert oxygen or do whatever into whatever and kick out oxygen as a waste product. And we're like, thank you, I'll take that, right? It's like they're able to drink the carbon dioxide. They're able to kick out the oxygen. They pull energy from the light to do this witchcraft thing called photosynthesis. And chlorophyll, more like borophyll, right? Anybody with me on some Adam Sandler solid reference in that moment.
You really can't be too hydrated. Gets right into the blood.
He said, if you remember your creator, what do you get? You get a well-driven nail. Not a shiny brass fastener, but a well-driven nail. And if you have that, you have something to hang your soul on. There's something of substance to hang your life on.
At 120 beats per minute, your mind loses sharpness. At 150, your mind basically shuts down, which is why when you're in an altercation and you're fighting with someone, you will often think of the perfect comeback you should have said after the fight's over. Jerk store. Costanza reference, for the win. Whose side are you on, voice in my head? Whose side are you even on? Because I started listening to this, and it was like, you're the worst, and why are you so bad, and this is terrible, this isn't going well, and I just said, whose side are you even on? And I decided on the spot to fire myself as my personal critic, and I rehired myself 2 seconds later as my own coach. The strength of the wolf is the pack, and the strength of the pack is the wolf. That's Rudyard Kipling in the Jungle Book. This idea that wolves, they stick together. Wolves, they fight for each other.
And God is saying to your heart this week, good night, failure. Good morning, grace. Good night to the failure of trying to measure up and be enough and be perfect and have it all together. And good morning to the grace that says, God, here am I with my mistakes. Here am I with my failure. Here am I don't deserve you. I can't earn this, but I love you and I need you and I receive you and I accept you. And that kind of living taps you into the power of weeping that may endure for a night, but joy that comes in the morning and a new day is dawning over you.
And I wonder if that's going to be some of us when we get to heaven. We've been afraid our whole lives. I don't want to die. This is terrible. Death is awful. And then it's like, but this is first class. It's an upgrade. Heaven is an upgrade. It's a beautiful place. It's filled with glory and grace. We're going to see our Savior's face because heaven is a wonderful place. I want to go there. I want to see my daughter's face. I want to be reunited with creation in perfection. No more sickness, no more disease, no more anxiety, no more sinful nature, no more bitterness, no more anger, no more dying. These things will be swallowed up. This life's a tent. Heaven is the home. You know, continents, but man, look at that big old frozen. That must be where Luke Skywalker got almost eaten by the, man, there's a lot of frozen stuff down there and things. But what he said was, my name is I Am. The perfection of that is that whatever we need, he is. Whatever you need, he is. His name is I Am because he always has been enough. He always will be enough. What he is, he forever will be. And whatever you're not, he is. And whatever you need, he is. And whatever you lack, he has. He is what he is. He says, I am what I am. What's so powerful about this is that when you know he is, it makes sense of who you are. Understanding his identity will help you figure out your own. This whole series, in a nutshell, is that I am changes who I am. Disney princesses, right? So we've all seen Wreck-It Ralph too, obviously.
There's a reason why God will never meet you halfway. It's because he's already accomplished his part and yours. It's finished. He was torn to pieces on the cross. All of the penalty, all of the wrath, all of the consequence for what we have done as sheep who have gone astray was laid on him. And God is so in love with you that he said to you, I'll bless you if it kills me. And it did. He said, I love you so much, the cross is in my heart and I'm willing to die. You're the apple of my eye. And if we will remember what he did for us while we were sleeping, we'll never worry about whether or not he's sleeping.